Escabeche is a term for many dishes used in Mediterranean, Latin, Caribbean, or Central American cooking that involves marinating different types of meats and cooking them in some acidic type mixture and sometimes coloring the dish with saffron. The escabeche that I grew up on in Belize is made with chicken, distilled white vinegar, and onion. So this makes the dish very tart and sweet at the same time. Now let's get into how we clean the meat. I have 3 pieces of chicken thighs here, and I'm just cleaning off all the fat. So just let me get this piece off right here, and then there's some more in the front part of the thigh right here by the bone. Get rid of all of this, all right, because we don't need all this fat on the chicken. Let me get the other piece, get them all cleaned off. Now I'm adding some distilled white vinegar to just clean the meat. You can also clean it with lemon juice or lime juice, but I'm just going to use the vinegar because I have that on hand. Wash it off really well and then hit it with some salt and some black pepper. Don't worry if you didn't put enough salt or black pepper at this point because we are going to season the soup towards the end, all right? Just let me put a little bit more. All right, guys, some olive oil or any kind of oil that you like. A couple tablespoons. I don't put no ricotta on the chicken when it's escabeche because it's not supposed to have that red color. Let me let this heat up. My oil is ready, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the pieces in. And remember, we only have 3 pieces because we're not going to make a big pot, all right? I love to hear the sizzle. Now, it seems like my pot is losing its stickiness because even though I put the oil, it's still giving me a little bit of trouble to turn the chicken over. So I might have to change this pot out sooner than later. So I'm just going to use the bowl that I have with a little bit of marinade that's left over and add water to it and just fill my pot to about 3/4 of the way. All right, I'm just going to fill it up because I want the chicken pieces to boil for about 30 minutes. Now let me take care of the onion. I'm just going to use this 1 large onion because it's only 3 people that are going to eat out of this dish today. So let me go ahead and slice this as if I were making onion rings. So take my time with it because I don't want to get cut. Now I'm not going to put a whole bunch of fancy things in this dish. I'm not going to do saffron and everything else that other Belizean people will put in this dish because I want to make it very simple that anybody anywhere in the world can make this, all right? So let me pop my onion pieces out. And then we're going to get the next ingredient that we need, which is the distilled white vinegar. And I'm going to measure out about 8 ounces. And so see, vinegar, onion, and the soup is cooking. And we need 1 more ingredient for towards the end. But let me grab that now. Let me go to the pantry. We need tortillas. It's 30 minutes later, so let me go ahead and shut my timer off if I can ever figure it out. Let me give my pot a stir. And then now it's time to add the distilled white vinegar. I'm just going to add half at first. 1 teaspoon of salt. And a little bit more than half a teaspoon of black pepper. Let me make sure that all this is well incorporated before I taste. And I always taste in a small bowl because I don't want to taste off of the spoon and then forget that I did that and then put it back in the pot. So let me go ahead and taste. Let me blow on it because it's hot. All right, I can taste the tartness, but it needs more. Pour the rest of the vinegar and a little bit more of the black pepper. Do all the tasting first before you add the onions because the onions will make it sweet and then you won't know how tart it is. Now it's time to add onions. Now all we want is for the onions to just cook a little bit till they're tender. So I'm going to cover it up, right? It doesn't take more than 5 minutes to let the onions cook, and look what I'm going to serve with. Yes, a spaghetti server. Let me grab one piece of the thigh with some of the onions, and then go back for more onions. Now you see why I serve it with this, right? Now let me get a measuring cup or just some type of serving cup to just get some of the broth or the soup. And remember, I told you guys earlier that this is served with corn tortillas. So I'm going to heat up a couple pieces on the comal. And Joe and I never eat more than a couple pieces of tortillas because they're very high in calories. They're very tasty and you tend to want to eat more, but they're very high in calories. So 2 pieces. Look at my little bin. Alright guys, so I did 3 thighs because it's only 2 or 3 of us that's going to eat. And this is how you serve this. There's no reason to be putting a whole bunch of palabra in this, alright? Salt, pepper, vinegar, onion. Whatever we had is gone. I don't know if this soup heals, but I think it does. Onions are healing. The enzyme from the chicken healing. Everything about this I think is good. Or maybe I just love it. So, I hope you guys try this. It's really simple. Joe's over there eating. We can't stop him. It's really simple to make, as you guys saw. Clean the chicken good. You could use a whole chicken, cut up the parts. You could use other legs and thighs, stuff like that. And the vinegar, the salt, the black pepper is pretty much all that's needed. If you want to add other stuff into it, that's your prerogative. I just like it like this. Don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe. All that good stuff. I'll see you guys again next video. Bye. Say hello to Mama. Hi everybody.